Hello and welcome back to the MG Cup Series here on Fox for the final time this season before we switch over to NBC. We're here at the Infineon Raceway here in Sonoma, California for more road course racing, and guess who qualified second? None other than the 86 Papyrus Racing Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Chris Mack, who got his first career win earlier this season on another road course here in California at Riverside. This should be interesting. Let's see, can Chris Mack get another win this season? We're about to find out. That 86, you can tell he's excited by the way he is weaving that car around, heating those tires up, and pretty. We're all excited, I must say. I think we made a few slight changes with the package, but none that should be too noticeable. And yeah, none of that's really important. We're getting ready to go green here, folks. So if you guys are excited, like I am, go down and hit that like button, because this is gonna get good pretty soon here. Elliott Sattler on the pole, Chris Mack second, and a few former winners right behind them, Kurt Busch and Jeff Gordon, both drivers that have won this season, right there in third and fourth. And through the or out of the S's here, as the pace car gets ready to merge left off of the racing surface and in the pit road, or maybe a hard right, I'm not sure, one of the two. Oh, he's going left. Alright, yeah. Chris Mack being passed by Jeff Gordon in the braking zone. These guys, AI is a bit glitchy in that area, but they usually get through there pretty smoothly. But coming to the line, and the green flag is out. We're racing here at Infineon for the first time this season. Heading into turns. Turn 1. Looks like all the drivers are going to make it. Whoa! Spoke too soon. I was about to say they're going to make it through cleanly. Round goes Mark Martin in the middle of the pack. And more trouble. Dale Jr. around. Oh, up and over. Dale Jr. upside down, gets back on all four wheels. A chaotic start to this event, and Ward Burton hit him hard. He is destroyed. Caution immediately comes out. And what a wild way to begin things here at Infineon Raceway. More contact being made. Look at Kevin Harvick and Tony Stewart bouncing off each other there as they race back to the line. A couple cars went up into the dirt up there. That's Elliott Sattler and Chris Mack. They've both lost a few spots there. And look at Jeff Gordon, your new race leader. The California kid, Jeff Gordon. Really good at these road courses. Heading into the hairpin, the paperclip corner. And out of the little bend, he's gonna lead to the yellow flag as the caution comes out. Chris Mack fell back to fourth as they were racing for the lead. Chaos on lap 1. And your front row is now a couple rows back. So let's go back and take a look at everything that just went down here. Dale Jr. with that wild ride on the opening lap here of today's event, going upside down. Look at this, Mark Martin. So Kurt Busch goes off track. Looks like after a little bit of contact from Chris Mack there. Some aggressive racing. 3 wide already. Mark Martin, oh, goes around. He's gonna keep it straight for the most part. Gets grazed by Dale Jr., who spins it right across the track into the grass. Heavy contact with Jimmy Johnson. Nowhere for Ricky Craven to go. And then Ward Burton's in the grass. He's trying to turn it. He's got nowhere to go because here comes Scott Wimmer right into him. Craven spinning, gets hit by Scott Riggs in the 10. Kevin Harvick gets on the brakes. Just kisses that 0 car. Doesn't really hit it too hard. The 09. Johnny Benson has a bit of damage there on the front end of that machine. Not sure where he got that from. But there was carnage here on the opening lap. Cars everywhere. And then here's what happened for the lead. Chris Mack dove it in there and just wasn't clear on exit. And they ran over each other. And then in the S's, that's the last place you want to be side by side with someone. And unfortunately, we're going to have to see a lot of that in this race. A lot of side by side through the S's. And Jeff Gordon won the race back to the caution. So, green flag is back out. We're racing once again. Chris Mack immediately goes to the inside, which will now be the outside of Jamie McMurray in the first turn. And sorry if you hear, I know you hear my chair squeaking. I apologize about that. But let me actually push the thing in so it doesn't bend back too much or lean back. Whoa, Chris Mack all the way off the track into the dirt. Trying to use every inch of this racetrack, side by side, beating and banging with Elliott Sattler some more. Sattler gonna just run over the 86, just about ran him over. See some rear end damage on the 86 car, front end damage on the 38. So some things went down on this restart. Looks like Sattler not too happy with Chris Mack there. Mack trying to take the defensive line and hold off the 38 of Sattler. Sattler just desperately trying to get past that 86 once again. Jeremy Mayfield, these guys are side by side in the last turn I want to be side by side in. This little bend here. Looking at the 5, that is not Terry Labonte this week. The 5 is actually a driver making his first MG Cup Series start. That's Ricky Hendrick, son of Rick Hendrick in the 5 machine. And Ricky Hendrick raced the Busch car for his dad. Never really made it up to Cup. But he's here now in the MG Cup Series, making his first start behind the 11. That's JJ Galey, who's finally managed to qualify for a race. He's been on the roster this entire season, just never managed to qualify for a race until now. And there's actually a few drivers like that in this event. Boris said, I think he maybe he may have made one start so far this season, but definitely hasn't made many. And I believe, is it 62 in this race? I don't think so. But you know who is in this race? KFB, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle freaking Busch in the 84 machine, making his first MG Cup Series start. Kurt Busch's younger brother making his first MG Cup start here today at Infineon in the 84 machine, driving for Hendrick Motorsports, a 5th car for the HMS stable. He's right behind the two Penske boys as they run 11th and 12th. So Kyle Busch running 13th in his first start. Pretty good, not bad for the rookie, especially on a twisty, turny, windy road course like this one. As you see Chris Mack now that 86 machine right on the curb through that hairpin there, trying to run these guys back down. And unfortunately, this is that time where we have to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. And we are back here from Sonoma Raceway, or excuse me, Infineon Raceway in Sonoma, California. Chris Mack has fallen way behind in the 86 machine, but still driving it just as hard, slinging it around these corners about as hard as he possibly can, in hopes that he can make up some of this ground. He had an off-track excursion there. And about had another one. He just made the corner right there. But look at the Ganassi teammates. Last season's Pepsi 400 winner, Casey Mears, and his teammate, Jamie McMurray. Mears won Pepsi 400 last season, and the Pepsi 400 for this season is actually coming up next week. So Casey Mears and Jamie McMurray looking to have some momentum heading into that event. McMurray hasn't even won yet. He's come very close. He's been up front a lot of the time. He's led a few laps here in his career, but just hasn't been able to hold on to the lead long enough to get the win. So looking to put together a perfect weekend one of these days. Running third here today, and he's kind of cruising around out there, not really pushing it too hard. He's got his teammate in front of him. Jeff Gordon's up there. Gordon pretty much has it in the bag at this point. But Casey Mears and Jamie McMurray up beside the top 5, and then Chris Mack, Elliott Sattler. Pretty different top 5, I must say. Underdog top 5. Drivers you wouldn't really expect here in the MG Cup Series to be out in front. Other than Jeff Gordon, obviously. But 4 of those 5 drivers in the top 5 are drivers that you wouldn't really expect to see out in front in race winning contention. Then in 6th, there's Jeremy Mayfield. Now, he won 2 races last season, but let me remind you, everyone's ratings were equal last season, so this is a good run for him here today. And there's the 30, rookie Johnny Sauter in the 30 machine. Bobby Labonte, who struggled last season and through the first half of this season, is up here as well. So a lot of different faces up beside the top 10. Rounding out the top 10 is the 3rd Chip Ganassi car. That's Sterling Marlin, who didn't even race last season. He should have, but was never added to the roster for some reason. At least I don't think he was. So yeah, Sterling Marlin in the 40 Coors Light machine. Having a good run here today. I'm going to go on board with that number 40. Hope you enjoyed that sudden crank it up here from Sonoma. Jeez. We're in Sonoma, California, but it's an Infineon Raceway. Why can't I get it right? From Infineon. See the 30 machine running well inside the top 10. Having a good run here today, but has some pressure from behind. Jeff Gordon has dominated ever since the leaders got together and went off track on the first lap. So, looks like this one might be his race to lose at this point. But, it's about that time once again. Hate to do it, but gotta take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. And we are back. The yellow flag is out. And now drivers are pitting. And in the middle of green flag pit stops, the caution comes out. Some drivers on pit road here. As we watch the lights on the pace car, Jeff Gordon had just gotten on the pit road right as the caution came out. So a lucky break for him, because he's not going to lose the lead. And everyone else is going to have to pit. Here's what the yellow flag is out for. Joe Nemechek coming out of pit road. Kirk Shelmerdine nowhere to go. Slides off the racetrack and seems to have stalled it for a second. Was slow trying to get it rolling again up the hill. And that was going to have to bring out the caution because they could not risk him getting hit there. Finally fired it back up, but at that point the yellow was already out. Oh, we had another wreck actually. But I believe that was just a single car spin looking at the tire marks. So, getting ready to go back green. Green flag is out. Once again, racing here at Infineon. Chris Mack immediately making moves. Contact with the 43 of Jeff Green. That got pretty close there. I honestly thought he was going to turn him. Now to the left side. Jeff Green about chopped his nose there, trying to clear him. And he did. With that risky move. And now looking to the inside. Dives to the inside of Jeremy Mayfield. He is on the move, trying to get back through the field quickly here. But now they're side by side. NES's contact. Around they go. Mayfield hard into the wall. Chris Mack. Big hit for J.J. Galey. Nowhere for him to go. Caution's going to come back out. And a big hit for J.J. Galey. They're still wrecking. The 01 of Nemechek got spun as they were driving away from it. Boris said one of the road course ringers in this race gets taken out from that impact. And chaos here from Infineon Raceway. We're closing in on the end of this race. Drivers starting to get more aggressive here. It's just not paying off for him. You see the 86 sliding into the hairpin in the turn 11 there. Let's see what happens. Has a terrible angle to enter the corner and just completely misses it. Slides up and completely wipes out that 19. Just a rookie mistake there. And then keeping the car on the racetrack and out off the wall, and was a little late to get on the brakes, I must say. He did get on the brakes, but at that point he had already rolled back on onto the racetrack in front of other competitors. Let's watch his inputs here. Yeah, he's on the brakes as he realizes he's gonna roll back in front of the other cars, but at that point it's too late. Probably wasn't expecting his wheels to catch grip there, but as you can see, he's trying to keep it off the wall. Didn't want to hit the wall like Mayfield there, and Mayfield, what a tough break for him. He was having such a good run, and that was a hard hit to the concrete barriers there, and then nowhere for JJ Galey to go, making his first start in the MG Cup Series. A young rookie in the 11 for Joe Gibbs Racing. Michael Waltrip got a small piece of that, and then nowhere for JJ. Poor JJ Galey. He's having a great first race here. It was inside the top 10 on his restart. Was having a good run. Not anymore. He gets completely wiped out. Now let's take a look at what happened with Joe Nemechek in the 01. Nemechek all the way up on the curb, and then there's a car next to him, and he leaves him really no room. Forces Scott Riggs into the grass. Riggs has no choice but to come back up onto the track and turn him, and just nowhere for Boris said to go. That one just fell right in his lap. A couple cars going way off track. That's the 09 of Benson, the 80 of Mike Bliss. That went off way off the racetrack. See the 11 of JJ Galey. Car is smoking badly. Heavy damage to the front end of that car. He's taking it straight to pit road and straight into the garage area. That car is destroyed. Chris Mack, heartbreak for him as you see him sliding into the hairpin. Just a tough break. Some of our underdogs here, they were having such a great run, and get taken out late in this race. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this for the drop of the green flag, and we're back. Green flag is back out. Racing once again, Jeff Gordon, your race leader. And look at Jamie McMurray looking to the inside. McMurray, oh, so close. Had to check up there. And I thought McMurray was going to get by the 24 machine. Jeff Gordon hangs on to the lead, though. He fought for it and held on to it. And now, coming through the right-hander, watching these drivers, there are cars everywhere midfield. I mean, the mid-pack racing is insane here today. Coming through the S's. Look at that. And Jeff Gordon trying to open up that lead. McMurray with a smart decision there to try to attack that 24 as the caution is out. And heavy damage for Mike Bliss. Chris Mack sideways as well. And he looks like the same area of the racetrack as he's wrecked it in the Estes once again. Jeff Gordon wins the race back to the caution flag. And Chris Mack with heavy damage. Even more damage on that 86 machine. Let's see what happened here. Yep, same deal, just the other way around. They ran out of room once again. In the S's, you do not want to be side by side through there. And that is exactly why. 2 incidents in this race. Another hard hit. This one, a much bigger impact for Mike Bliss. And then Chris Mack kind of got the corner of that wall and only hit the driver's side door. That's a strange place to get damage on your car. No other part of his car impacted the wall. Just that one. That's a really strange place to get damage. But you could hear the impact. Listen to this, as I'm going to mute and just listen to this impact. my goodness. Mike Bliss. Window net is down. Thank goodness he gets out of that car okay. But man, that was a hard wreck. We're going on board that 86 machine. I mean, he was literally off the throttle, trying not to let that happen again. He was giving it a little bit of gas, but you could definitely tell by his inputs he was taking it a lot easier through there than he was the last time. Just trying to prevent this from happening once again, and unfortunately didn't really work. Let's watch the 80 go hard into the tire barriers. Then the back end came around and slapped the concrete wall hard as well there. Hard impact. But luckily Bliss was alright. We're gonna get things going once again here. Green flag is back out, and here comes Jamie McMurray to the inside of Jeff Gordon. It's gonna be the outside in turn one. Can he clear? No, he cannot. But he's gonna try to pinch him down. He's gonna, if he can stay next to that 24, he can clear him down into this little left-right. Gordon gonna have the preferred line in the right-hander and gonna hold on to the lead. Jamie McMurray tried so hard, drives it in pretty deep into this right-hander. Side by side still for the race lead. Jeff Gordon. McMurray drives it in just as hard, but Gordon looks like it's gonna clear him. No, it's not. Into the S's side by side. You do not want to be side by side through here. Jeff Gordon has no choice but to back off a little bit. They're still side by side through the S's. And they're still side by side. Jamie McMurray is going to clear Jeff Gordon. McMurray, your new race leader. Was this his plan all along? It looks like he was waiting for this moment. As he waited and that caution came out, he got fresh tires on that race car, saved them a little bit, and now it's ready to go as we get closer and closer to the end of this event. Jamie McMurray, new race leader here from Infineon Raceway. And just a handful of laps left, but they're 1 minute plus laps, so he can make a mistake at any point. This race is not over yet for Jeff Gordon. If he's gonna stay on it here and try to pressure that 42 driver into making a mistake. Jamie McMurray has not won in the MG Cup Series before. Looking to get that first win here today from Infineon Raceway here in Sonoma, California. I never really thought of Jamie as a road course racer, but here we are. Chip Ganassi and his team building some strong race cars, and it looks like we're on the path to getting another one winning here. As I saw the caution lights on, and Kyle Petty with heavy damage here as the yellow flag is back out and racing back around to the caution. We're gonna have one more restart here. Can McMurray hold on to the lead as the yellow flag is back out? And let's take a look at what brought out this caution as they're 3 wide in the hairpin. So Kyle Petty on pit road, looks like he's the reason for the caution. Let's see what brought it out. Oh, ran out of room with Dale Jr. and a hard hit right into the tire barrier, where the wall kind of just jets up towards the racetrack. They ran out of room and he got sent right into that tire barrier. And that's a thin layer of tires right before the wall. They really don't expect anyone to hit that area right there because it's on the straight. But man, that was strange. They ran out of room. Looks like Petty tried to get back onto the track. Dale Jr. was there and they made contact and hard into the wall. Goes to 45. Luckily he is alright. Thank goodness to the Hans device and the safer cars and chassis and all the safety features we've got in these cars now. And they're still looking to make these cars safer. So now what do? We rack them up and send them off again here. But what does McMurray do? How does he approach this restart? We're about to find out. Green flag is back out, and here comes Casey Mears making the same move McMurray made last time by trying to hang tough on the outside of Jeff Gordon. Can't quite make it work. Gordon had to check up a little bit there, so this is going to allow Mears to stay with him, but Jeff Gordon has the preferred line. He clears that 41 of Casey Mears. Mears tried to fight him as hard as he could, and it seems to have paid off because that opened up a pretty good gap for Jamie McMurray. So the Ganassi boys working together as McMurray races for his first career win. Kurt Busch. Oh, and Casey Kane is around in the back. And that brought out the yellow somehow. There's no damage or anything on that 9 car, so I'm not sure how that brought out a caution. But I guess they found it necessary to throw the yellow there for some reason. But Jamie McMurray, still your race leader. Heading into the final corner here, turn 11. This little bend that doesn't really count as a corner, even though I think it should count as one. And Jamie McMurray across the start-finish line. Still your race leader, and it's going to have to go through one more restart. No, he is not, because the pace car never went in. Jamie McMurray, as long as he can keep the car rolling here under caution, Jamie McMurray is going to get his first career MG Cup Series win right here at Infineon Raceway. The pace cars, lights never went out last time by. So McMurray does not have to go through another restart. McMurray possibly just got his first career win here. As long as he can keep the car rolling, Jamie McMurray will be your winner. And just crazy racing here. Those last few laps got pretty chaotic. Didn't really get much racing. But when we did, it was insane. And I know you hear my chair squeaking, but my chair is excited about this race too, because that was something to watch. And what a way to send off the Fox portion of the season, as next week, starting next week at Daytona, we will be on NBC for the rest of the season. And man, what a crazy first half of the season it's been so far. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's still watching at this point. This is halfway through the second season of the MG Cup Series, the 2004 MG Cup Series season. And Jamie McMurray, who came so close to winning before, looks like he's finally going to get that first win here today. The win he deserves so much, as he drives his butt off every single race. And now through turn 11, getting it back up to speed here. He's going to keep that car rolling, and at this point he could just coast. It doesn't even matter, because Jamie McMurray is going to cross the start-finish line and win his first career race here in the MG Cup Series. And what a performance, what a showing it was for McMurray and Chip Ganassi Racing. Casey Mears had a strong run here today as well. And battling Jeff Gordon on that last restart definitely helped his teammate out a lot there. And Jamie McMurray holds on to get that first win. So how about that for McMurray? How about that for Chip Ganassi and his team? And a crazy race. Look who managed to hang on to a top 5. It's the 43 of Jeff Green for Petty Enterprisers. He gets a top 5 finish here today. Johnny Sauter in the 30 gets a top 5 as well. Lots of names you wouldn't expect inside the top 5. Jeremy Mayfield with heavy rear end damage, and after an accident that he was collected in earlier with Chris Mack, seems to somehow have fought his way back up through the field and bounced back to get a top 10 finish here. Not sure how he managed to do that, but he was moving. And rounding out your top 10, 38 of Elliott Sadler. You can see the battle scars on that 38 machine. These drivers have been through an absolute war here today. Well, that's going to do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. I'm telling you, this race was worthy of a like and a possible subscription if you aren't subscribed already. And yeah, once again, hope you guys enjoyed. And till Daytona, see you guys there. Peace.